Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Football Roundup. It's your boy Jay-Z. We have a quick episode today and celebration of the new year. We got some new football games to cover, so let's get right into it. So first I want to start it off with the Premier League. I think the biggest match of this week was probably Chelsea going up against Man City. Very important match for both teams. I really thought Man City necessarily needed this win, especially considering that they're not where they want to be, and that is, fighting for the title. They're doing well, but they need to catch up to Liverpool. They shouldn't be this far behind, and Chelsea looked to be like one of those more difficult matches that they had going into the season. What a great way to start off the new year. Man City showing how much of a better team they are, how much better they play together as a unit, how each player seems to know their role and what they're doing and what their purpose is on the field, whereas Chelsea didn't look they still look like they're missing certain pieces, or maybe their players just fully haven't adapted to Lampard's style. And I think it was in the press where it said that this game was basically men against boys, and that's really what it looked like. That's what it felt like. And when you start looking at some of the players, like for example Timo Werner, who came into Chelsea, and people were saying, oh, he's going to be one of those players that turn this team around, bring them back to fighting for the championship. And when you start seeing how he hasn't scored in his last 11 games in all competitions, you start to think, maybe it's something else besides the players. Maybe it's the system, and now questions starting to go for Lampard, wondering if he's really up for the job, and it's tough. But yeah, this game definitely did not help Lampard at all. They were just outmatched, outclassed throughout the whole game. Even when you look at certain players like De Bruyne, and you recognize his skill on the ball and his ability, and how he has the ability to just change a game instantly and be impactful in every game. Even he had a great game by his standards, and he ended up scoring his first goal from open play this season. Very important win by Manchester City, and they definitely look to keep this run going and close the gap on Liverpool, and hopefully, if they make any mistakes later on in the season, Manchester City will be ready and close by where they can take full advantage of those mistakes. Keeping it in the Premier League, Manchester United went up against Aston Villa. This seemed to be a great game. I was really looking to see how specific players played this game. From Aston Villa, I was looking at Jack Grealish, who I personally really enjoy his style of play. I know that United were looking at him prior to this season, once it was kind of clear that they weren't going to get Sancho, and he had a great game. He did really well, but United were, I wouldn't say that much of a better team, but they were the better team. And it's the new year. Bruno is still scoring penalties, and Martial ended up getting a great goal. For him, he's been doing pretty well lately. Hopefully he keeps improving, and OLE still has a job. I don't know how he keeps doing it, man. Every time it looks like he's going to be canned, and he's going to be kicked out of the club, whether it's due to a big game coming up and he bottles it, or maybe an easy match and he bottles it. Somehow he maintains his role as a manager for United, and he's getting those wins, and United are second in the league somehow. Don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. And now another team who's fighting for the championship is Tottenham. Now Tottenham went up against Leeds. It was a game that they should be winning, and they did. It was an important game for Mourinho after having lost 2 consecutive games. You could tell that he wasn't happy with the way his team was playing, and he needed more from his big players, and his big players came through. Harry Kane scoring a penalty and providing the assist for Son, and I believe they tied the all-time English record for pairs in combined goals, I believe. So Kane and Son have partnered up for 13 goals together, which is impressive. And then when you look at Kane's stats on his own, he has 10 goals for himself, and I believe he has 12 or 11 assists. He might break the record of Henry and De Bruyne, I believe, where 20 goals and 20 assists in a season. Now over in Spain, Barca got an important win, making them go 5th in the league after they beat Huesca. Now Huesca is actually a team that was in 2nd division last year, so not necessarily a big team or a difficult team to play against, but They had to get the win. They did not play well, but Barcelona came through after an assist from Messi, whipping in a cross perfect to De Jong. De Jong just had to get a touch on it, and he did, and that was enough to seal the win. And Barcelona go fifth. Now at the top of the league in Spain, we have Atletico Madrid. They had an important game against Alaves. Suarez ended up scoring as well as Llorente, and this maintains them at the top of the table. They have 2 games in hand, I believe. Now Atletico are only 1 point clear off Real Madrid, so they need to either reinforce certain weak spots in the transfer window, or just improve. I know Joao Felix has been on and off with his performances, and Suarez is still getting into the rhythm of his new team. But they're doing well. Simeone's side is solid. We'll see if the Champions League affects them in terms of fatigue, and hopefully no injuries build up. But Atletico doing well, but Real Madrid is right there with them. Now Real Madrid actually had an important game. They played against Celta Vigo, a tough team, but Real Madrid were definitely the better team. Now there were periods throughout the match where Celta kind of took control, but not long enough for Real Madrid to really suffer. And Vasquez gets his goal, and so does Asensio. Asensio probably playing his best game since his injury. Really happy for him. Really happy to see him play well, and he doesn't seem he doesn't seem afraid or nervous or still uncomfortable due to his injury. He's doing well. Great for Real Madrid. They're second place, right behind Atletico, right on them. So I could definitely see them potentially even winning the league. We'll see how the season progresses. Now over in Italy, Juventus went up against Udinese. They needed this win as they're falling behind in the league. They're currently 5th after this important game. They managed to get a win. Ronaldo sealed the victory for them, scoring 2 and also assisting a goal, and he had a great game. It was an important victory for them as they played well as a unit. They really dominated this game, and hopefully this will give them more of a boost. They've been very, they've played badly, but they've won. So now they need to win and play well. So I think this is kind of what this match showed, them doing well together and being able to secure a win as well, and scoring plenty of goals, winning 4-1, and they go 5th in the league. Now another team fighting for the league is Inter. Inter had a 6-2 beating of Crotone. Inter just, it's weird. I don't know how they do this, and then they just don't perform in the Champions League. Now that they're not in the Champions League, so they should be able to fully focus on winning the league. They're currently 2nd. Lautaro scored a great hat trick, and Lukaku had an amazing game, just holding off the ball, laying it off, and managed to get a goal himself. Now they stay 2nd, and they definitely look like they're fighting for the title this year, because I believe they're only a point or 2 behind the leaders, which are Milan, who also got a victory. So Serie A is getting interesting. Now at the top of the league in Italy is AC Milan, and AC Milan are still actually undefeated. And this is impressive, because this team wasn't really fighting for anything a season or 2 ago. And they managed to get another win. Kessie again being crucial, scoring an important penalty, and then Rafael Leao scoring a golazo, having the goalie come out and catching him out of position. But he had to do a lot of work. He had to twist and turn completely and place the ball perfectly well. And Milan's still undefeated. They're still top of the table, and they look like they're not slowing down anytime soon. Honestly, they look great. We'll see. I think it's going to come down to them and Inter, and if Juve do creep back up, then they'll be definitely another difficult team, and it might come down to those matches. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. I know it was a quick episode. Happy New Year's, guys. I've been very busy. A lot of things happened, so I haven't been uploading as consistently as I wanted to, but I'll do my best to keep it going, and I'll be back next week for another football roundup.